Good evening mga kalaro and welcome to the Council of Titos, the show on the Laro-Laro lang channel that talks about a different kind of game. The reality TV game show and social experiment that has run for over 2 decades, Survivor. I'm Chief Bisdak and Sportito Joel Parcon, and with me as always is Juxtapotito Joao Atienza. What's up, Joao? How are you doing?
I'm I was doing really great earlier,
Uh-huh.
but now not so much because I've been watching the Reyes Cup. I'm watching the Reyes Cup, which is like a 9 ball thing between
Mm.
like Asia and Europe, and we were up like 4-0 for the first match, and then Europe comes back. So like we lost the first. Anyway, my what I'm trying to say, is I'm really sorry if I'm not going to be a very good Survivor commentator for our episode right now because I've been watching the Reyes Cup.
You've been watching the Reyes Cup. Just when you thought that things were gonna go your way, all of a sudden something happens.
So
Uh,
yeah, best new episode of the best pre-merge episode
yeah,
of at least the new era. Anyway,
yeah, of the first four seasons, the first four episodes. So yeah. Anyway, yeah. Well, tonight we will give our thoughts about season 47, episode 4, entitled "Is That Blood in Your Hair?" But before we begin, do consider hitting the subscribe button as well as the notification bell so you get updated whenever we come up with new episodes on this channel. And for those of you who don't want to have to look at our mugs whenever we talk Survivor, you can always go wherever you get your podcasts and search for Council of Titos. And so, without further ado, let's begin. So, I was sort of alluding to what happened, right? Just when you thought that things were going our way, just when we thought that Rome was heading out, something else had to happen, right?
uh,
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 well, yeah. Well. At least we can say that now. I do hope that this makes Genevieve stand out to you.
yeah,
she's
this
not
was
just she's not just a random white woman now.
yeah, like this was Genevieve's episode, dude. Like she was like the alligator in a
Mm,
way, right? Like the first couple of episodes, she's just completely lying low, and then she comes out and she does like a ninja move, slits the throat, and
mm-hmm,
like this episode is their coming out party. And well, I guess she can either just go back into the shadows,
mm-hmm.
or she can start like taking a more proactive role starting from this episode.
That's
We'll
true.
see how the edit you know goes from here.
Yeah, yeah. Let's see how it turns out. And it also helps that she's got a Rome who is in front of her, basically. Like
Yeah.
Rome is the face of what happened, basically. It's not
Yeah.
necessarily Genevieve, right?
Yeah.
uh and I think that you got that exactly on point, where she's like she did an alligator just for the mere fact that Kishan mentioned her name, right? Just for
Yeah.
that mere fact. And then she comes out of hiding, slits Kishan's throat, then go she can actually, yeah, like you said, she can just go back into the shadows, right? Because you've got a Rome who's like, yeah, 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 and all these things, right?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. They should do this more often for who we say our purples of the week are going to be, because I think this episode completely justifies her like silence in the edit for the first 3 episodes. If she's going to have something like this for the episode that she suddenly gets the spotlight in, like this is something that survivors should do more often.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, give us a payoff for that, for putting someone in the back burner, right? Don't just don't just let them fade out into the darkness completely, right? Keep them in play. And I think it also helps that you've got someone like Genevieve in the game, who is an A-type personality, right? And she's probably just been biding her time, just trying to get the lay of the land, making do with having Rome be like the enemy, the public enemy number one for everyone.
Yeah.
Right. I saw in a post in the Facebook group that we're in, the official Filipino Survivor fans, official Pinoy Survivor fans Facebook group, where they likened this pairing, Rome and Genevieve, to Russell Hantz and Parvati.
Natalie. Oh yeah. Yeah.
Parvati, yeah. Yeah, because Parvati was a Black Widow, and Parvati was like had the devious mind, a strategic mind, right? And
Mm.
she came out every so often to strike, but it was he. But she had Russell Hantz in front of her to take all the flack, basically.
Yeah, I can totally see that actually. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, this might be well. Like then again, yeah, you all. That's like a that's like a sort of a sickness or something that Survivor fans tend to do. They always like compare. They're looking for the second Boston Rob. They're looking for the next Parvati swallow. Was it shallow or
Shallow,
swallow?
shallow.
Shallow. They're looking for the next Russell Hantz or yeah, whatever. So that's you kind of want to see those patterns play out because it's not a secret. Survivor sort of uh, typecasts more or less,
Yeah.
and yeah, these things come out every so often because a certain combination of personalities come together, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, so that's one of the things that we I think really came out of this episode. And yeah, also we got it like the fact that that blood thing that
Yep.
was in the end credits the
Yeah.
next time on, it really was like another one of those challenges, right?
I
And
really like that.
mm,
I really like that beware challenge, that specific like formation of it. Like instead of having to like run around or whatever, like,
hmm
you know, having just paint everywhere is kind of beware-ish enough, you know? Uh, yeah. It was cool with it was cool with Drea, right? It was Drea?
Dre, it was Dre, yeah.
Yeah, it was cool when with Drea, and it's I like it now as well. Like, is that blood in your hair? Oh. Or maybe it's just because, we called it. Just
Maybe,
it's
maybe.
because we called it.
And I also like how like Sue, they actually let Sue give that whole testimonial, like, you know what, I did it. I was able to take off all of the evidence and whatever, and then in come Tiana and Caroline, and like they're like they just notice everything right away. She
Yeah.
has a smudge on her cheek. There's paint in her hair, and there's actually still some paint in her fingers. That was just like I was like, I pull it off. I pull it off. I'm like, then the survivor tells us, no, she didn't.
You should have just gone into the ocean.
Yeah,
Should have just
exactly.
gone into the ocean and been like, I'm fishing or something. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, gone into the ocean and, got the paint off and then floated some other way, right? That would have been
Yeah.
okay. But yeah, I mean, I guess in the heat of the moment, she couldn't really think about it. And I like the fact that it was you mentioned that you like this beware advantage. I like the fact that the beware advantage, it was sort of inevitable that the paint was gonna get all over, right?
Mm.
Because she had
Yeah,
to
just
cut the rope from like a couple of meters away, and then once she cut the rope, the coconut hurtled down to the ground, right?
yeah. This is like just major props to the Survivor like production team, because that they like rehearsed that. You know that they made sure that there was like just the right amount of paint such that it wouldn't be impossible to get off, but such that you wouldn't be able to avoid it either. Like, I don't know, chef's kiss.
That was Whereas in the first three episodes, they missed the thing about the rice, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Being possibly being pocketed by one of the castaways. This time, yeah, kudos to them. Props to them for and also really, making sure that the layout of the challenge made it made it inevitable that it was gonna happen. The paint was gonna be all over the ground.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
Yeah. So those are just a couple of things. But for me though, the most memorable moment for me for this episode was because and this is because I recently subscribed again to Prime. It's primarily for the video,
Mm,
Prime Video, and because of that, because The Office is only available here in the Philippines on Prime,
right.
and I've been watching it, and for me, the most memorable moment of this episode was Teeny doing the Halpert after that like awkward thing between Saul and
Yeah,
and Rome. And she was
yeah.
like right in the middle of it, and then she suddenly pulls a Halpert, looks straight at the camera, and like, she did it twice. That was cute. That was a fun thing, and it's mostly because I've been watching. Well, I finished The Office recently, so yeah.
Yeah, Survivor, like when we were younger and
Mm,
like watching it, they would never have allowed that.
yeah, yeah. Breaking the fourth wall like that in the non-testimonial
Yeah, yeah,
scenes. No, they wouldn't have
yeah.
allowed
So
that.
and this is the second time that they used it in this year, right? Because the last one was last season, right?
I
With
don't quite remember who did it last season.
what's his name? Runner up.
Oh my god, I'm again, our survivor historian is is off doing other things.
Charlie.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Right? I remember like Charlie had that moment as well where he looks straight at the camera and is like, "What's going on here?"
Yeah, these are things. Well, it was especially memorable for me now because I had just finished watching The Office. But yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that's pretty cool. So yeah, any other things that was memorable to you, or anything that stand out to you from this episode? You mentioned that this is so far the best episode.
Yeah, I mean, I said this before. I'm not sure if it was on the show or if like it was in our group chat or in like one of our conversations before recording, but I'm not really a big fan of the pre-merge phase of any
Mm,
Survivor season.
yeah.
But this is a really good episode. Like, this is like probably this is definitely the best pre-merge episode of the new era.
Mm, mm, yeah. Yeah. I mean the I like the fact that they were able to keep someone like Genevieve hidden, like for the first three episodes, and all of a sudden we find out that she's this corporate lawyer and she's a type A personality, and she's able to strategically do all of these things while you've got this awkward animosity between Rome and Saul going on, right? And that, yeah, and that twist upon twist in the end, that was Rome really going to take Saul's vote? Who would have thought that he would like all of a sudden take Kishan's vote, right?
And if Rome like is on the chopping block and gets voted out like in the pre-merge, it'll be like Thanos. Like
Mm,
he gave up everything on this episode. And like the question is like Was it worth it?
Yeah, Rome, man, Rome. Still, I know that he's good for TV. I know that Rome is
Yeah.
good for TV, but he's just so irritating.
Yeah. we we have a villain, dude. We have a villain.
Yeah,
This is what we've been asking for, right? We've been asking for
yeah,
somebody to root against.
true, true. At least
Like
exactly.
Survivor. Like Survivor must be so thankful for Rome that like I don't know, at least for, the internet, like Reddit crowd, for the podcast fans and stuff. Um they must have been Survivor production must have been so happy that Rome was the reason that Asia was booted out,
Mm, mm.
because that gave all of um the wrestling term is marks, smart marks, like the people that the super fans.
Okay.
It gave the super fans a lightning rod for all of their, like, um I don't want to say hate, but for all of their, like, that's the villain
Mm-hmm.
sort of vibes going on.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that will be very good for the game of Genevieve. Right? Moving
Yeah.
forward, she'll have that. You said, yeah, it's not a hate shield. You've got meat shields. What other shields did they mention it over during the new era? Now you've got a hate shield, right? Someone who will take
Yeah.
all of the hate from the other people, not just the people on the island, but also the people
On the
online.
internet. Yeah. Not the hate shield, the annoying shield.
The
The
annoying
annoying shield,
shield. There you go.
I guess. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um do you think anybody, by the way, do you think anybody believes that Sue is 45?
I don't I don't know because like Americans, especially Caucasian Americans, they sort of age differently. They age
Yeah.
weirdly. And yeah, I don't know. I mean, 45 is like 2 years older than I am.
I wasn't gonna bring that up, but
I'm like, come on, really? But then again, Asian, it's different because we're Asian, and yeah. But I don't know. it, there might be a possibility that they might think that because she's, again, the Caucasian American, they age differently, especially if you've been like under the sun for a really long time, right? Yeah,
you
I
know
don't
what?
know if she's
You
actually
know,
fooling anyone.
I highly doubt it, because, like, I don't know. Maybe it's because she had a little bit of, it looks like she had a little bit of work done,
Mm-hmm.
right? Like, for me, I associate that um with people in their 60s.
Mm.
People that have work done on their face.
Mm.
But then maybe it's just because of, like, the friends of my mom and my aunts and stuff, like, you know in my experience, yeah, people that have had work done are in their 60s, but I don't know. Hmm.
True.
For
True.
everybody that's listening on Spotify, you can, like, leave comments, and for the people on YouTube, yeah, just you can leave comments as well. um does Joel give you soul vibes?
Well, I have to say that I love how he's playing. I do hope that some people do feel that way. Uh, the way that he's playing right now, I like it. He's like the kind of underdog that I'd like to be. Right. He has a certain. He comes at things from a certain point of view. Right. He didn't get mad at Tini for writing his name down. Right. And when Rome was like such an irritating guy, just following him, and all of that. He didn't blow up at Rome, and yeah, I like the fact. I like the fact that he was able to, be calm and Saul, yeah, whatever. Right. Uh,
The reason that I mentioned that was because I was looking up Sue's age, right? And
mm.
then like right above her in the Survivor Wiki is Sol, and he's 42. And it's like, oh,
Oh,
Sol. And then I click on his picture and like you have a similar haircut, you know? Like
yeah. I'm just not massive like he is. He looks like he's massive though. He looks like
yeah, he
he's
does
worked
look
out. Yeah. Yeah.
it looks like he
Me,
did
I
the
just have like
thing
a
where
massive beer gut, but yeah.
yeah, dear listener, that's why we have our frames a little bit tighter than you might other podcasts. If you watch like our heroes over at No Buffs, it's a pretty wide shot. For us,
Mm-hmm.
so we're a little bit tighter in because I don't button my
To
shirt all the way down because I physically can't.
like, oh yeah, that's why also I'm starting to wear another shirt, because the last time that I tried to put on the my usual black shirt, something ripped.
Oh, we wouldn't
Hence,
last 3 days on that island.
no, we won't. Hence, this is the Council of Titos. We are Titos. Uh, so yeah. So yeah. Whoa, 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 whoa. One thing though, Ja, that I think I should point out is that I think with the fact that Rome was unable to solve that puzzle as easily as it could have as he could have. I think that proves that the pieces are not in order. Yeah, or he's just that inept at that kind of puzzle.
Well, I don't. When I was looking at you know how they show during the sort of run through where Jeff is describing the puzzle and what they
Hmm.
have to do for the course and stuff. It really, they show the puzzle going together like in sort of stop motion.
Hmm.
I really did feel like it was, as I imagined it, the ones nearer the top being the ones on the bottom. But I don't know. I don't know.
So we're just saying that, that Rome just isn't that good at that kind of a puzzle.
Well, that's actually one of the talking points this week, right? Like, is he just really that bad, or was he trying to throw the challenge?
Oh, that's an idea, but I don't know if his ego would have allowed him to throw the challenge, right?
Yeah.
You set yourself up as this, like, the best, the person who's the best at finding idols. You set yourself up as the clutch guy. You set yourself up as the best dancer, the best rapper, the best, whatever, anything that he does, he's the best at. And then you all of a sudden, and you put yourself up to be the one doing the puzzle, and then you can't solve it, right? So I don't know if his ego would have allowed him to do it, right?
Yeah. That's kind of where I fall on it as well. Because like I really do think that if he did throw it, um he would have like looked straight at the camera during one of the confessionals and been like, "Yeah, I threw that challenge
Mm-hmm.
because I wanted to get rid of Saul so badly or whatever."
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
There's I just like to think that he really is that bad at, puzzles, but there's a world out there where he threw the challenge, or or maybe he just really wasn't trying that hard, you know?
Mm.
Like not necessarily a throw, but he just wasn't. Maybe he just wasn't trying that hard. I don't know.
Well, yeah. If that had been the case, I would have thought that we would have gotten like a confessional where he actually would say it, right?
Yeah.
Because again, his ego wouldn't allow him to, number one, probably not allow him to throw the puzzle, and number two, he wouldn't
Mm.
be able to keep it in if he actually was not trying as hard, right? He'd have to like claim it that, you know what, I wasn't really doing it. I wasn't, right? I was giving my
What if though?
120%. What if?
What if though? What if he's actually like a survivor savant,
Ooh.
right? And like he threw the challenge, but he knows that people don't like challenge throws. Like he knows that throwing a challenge will probably get him voted off of Lavo.
Okay.
And so he just keeps his mouth shut and to stay in the good graces of Survivor because this is after all an audition for Survivor 50. This is after all an audition for the On Fire podcast.
Which
He
he
knows
said he
that
does want to
Jeff,
do.
yeah, which he knows that Jeff isn't going to accept the quitter.
Mm. Well,
So
yeah,
he,
that is in the realm of possibility. Yeah.
I mean, highly unlikely, right? But that's he could just be like a really good Survivor player.
Yeah.
I don't know. This is what the kids these days call copium.
Copium. Why? What?
Copium, like lying to yourself.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Anyway.
Anyway, so yeah. And I'm sure that it doesn't. I mean, you mentioned Jeff does not like quitters. Uh, and Jeff also. I mean, that's sass with like the whole like a puzzle that ends the same way it started.
Oh man, yeah, that was brutal.
We got some sassy Jeff this episode. So that was pretty cool to see that he really just doesn't like. Yeah, I guess that again supports what you were saying about them probably trying to make the puzzles easier. So much so that the fact that that Lavo not being able to put up or put in even one puzzle piece forced the sassy Jeff to come out, right?
Mm. Like I still can't like he, he he puts himself right in front of the puzzle
Exactly.
and like when it's not working, he still says no. Come on, let's do this. Like, oh,
Yeah, that's Rome for you. So his ego will not allow him to stay back and have someone else do the puzzle, and his ego will not allow him to just throw it without saying anything, unless he is, as you said, in that realm of possibility, a survivor savant, and just wants to play it up to for everyone, right?
I hope that he's on Survivor 50, and I hope that he's on Survivor 50 with Shan.
Ooh, because Shan was really good. Shan is really
Yeah,
good. I mean, she knew how to. I mean, the mastermind. Yeah,
yeah, and well,
that'd
because
be fun to watch.
the best villains of the new era thus
Mm-hmm.
far.
True, true, true. Here's a question that I have for you. Uh, would you have? Would you eat the chickens, or are you going to wait for the eggs?
Ah, that's a really good question. I was thinking about this, but I really like eggs.
Oh, okay.
Like yeah, I I really like eggs. Although I think the right answer to that question is um you eat one of the chickens
Mm-hmm.
because like there's three of them, right?
Mm-hmm.
He gave three egg-laying chickens or whatever.
Yeah.
Like I feel like the answer there is just to eat one of them and then have the other two like lay eggs. That way you can have a nice little yakudan.
True, true. Then again, they don't have rice yet because Jeff didn't allow them to get the rice from the bag.
Fine. So I suppose the answer is you wait for the rice challenge, then
Yeah,
you kill the chicken.
yeah, yeah. And you know what? I just realized that now that they don't even have rice, so they have to forage for their own food, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, in this new era, this definitely is much harder in terms of camp life,
Yeah. That
right?
was that's what like Jeff keeps on harping on about. Like it's 26 days, but it's tougher because of not having that much food.
Yeah, camp conditions are like that much harder.
Hmm.
Yeah.
So what
What are
about
your
you? What
thoughts
about
about
you?
the? Well, I I'm like, how many days are they in? They were in day 9 already, right? Or day 6 or something like that.
Mhm.
I definitely would be hankering for chicken. I'd probably,
Mm.
I would probably eat one of the chickens. Yeah,
Yeah, and
I'd even have fun, like butchering it myself. you know, twist. Sorry for those of you who love chickens. Yeah. So yeah, and then
yeah, bleed out halal. I mean, halal. Yeah,
yeah,
slit it.
yeah.
Anyway, uh, what's it? And it isn't because the Sia prize is no longer in play.
Mm-hmm.
Like, in the past it would have been like absolutely not. You don't kill the chicken because like the Sia prize is on the line, right? That was the genesis of the Sia prize.
Mm-hmm.
The the decision not to kill the chicken or fighting for like the chicken, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. I don't know. I really do think like the answer would be just to kill one of them.
because because if you really think about it, there's 4 of them left, or there were 5 of them, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, there are 5 of them, and who knows what's gonna happen later on, right? Your life on the island is not, especially, yeah, it is not really that secure. You never know what's gonna happen. There might be some twists, there might be a swap,
Hmm.
and you might lose the opportunity of actually having chicken while you're on the island,
Yeah.
right?
That's true.
That
And yes,
way,
is there.
everyone at least gets to eat chicken once. Right?
Yeah. There are four of them left. That's quite nice actually.
All right.
It
So
divides quite nicely, right? Two
mhm,
breasts, two drumsticks.
mhm. Oh no, there were 5. There were 5 of them. This was like the yellow thread.
Oh yeah,
So
sorry,
there's
five,
still
five.
5
Yeah,
of them.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. Yeah. And the
yeah,
one person that didn't want to slaughter the chicken can just have eggs.
yeah, yeah.
The rest
Sierra
of
can
them
have
can like,
eggs. The rest of them can have like a quarter each. Right?
hmm.
Then again, it wouldn't be tasty. Uh, yeah, unless one of them
It's
actually
salt.
thinks that yeah, if one of them actually thinks that boiling salt water until everything dries out gives you salt,
Yeah,
technically.
that's what I was thinking.
But I don't know if these guys know that though.
Oh well.
Right, so yeah, I
Yeah,
don't know, if they know that. I don't know if they know that they actually have salt readily available to them,
yeah,
right?
that's true. That's true. Huh. I guess that's what we get for like growing up on islands.
Exactly,
Like
exactly.
having the just having that like straight up like, yeah, there's so much salt. There's so much flavoring for your food.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. I mean, yeah, they don't have like what was his name? The guy who learned how to speak English by watching Survivor.
Banu.
No, not Banu. Why was that his
Nasir,
case
Nasir,
also?
Nasir.
Nasir. There you go. Yeah, they don't have
Yeah,
like
they
a
don't have.
Nasir who probably would have thought that way, right?
Yeah. Banu.
Banu. Okay. Well, they do still have a Banu, although he's not as Banu like this episode because they weren't really front and center. Also, for this episode, it was
He isn't Banu like, because Banu would never have stepped back when Sam and Sierra were starting
Sam
to
and Sierra.
fight.
Oh no, no, that was Sam and Annika.
Or
Or
yeah, Sam and
what were
Annika.
yeah, right? In the last episode, or was
Yeah,
it?
yeah.
Yeah, he would
Yeah,
have been
like
like, guys, we have to be. He
yeah, we
or
have
he'd like break down in front of them to just ask, please stop.
yeah, yeah, like so no, it's this is because he's the canonical winner pick, right?
But we did see
We
that, right?
are
We did see that instead of like trying to insert himself there, he was just enjoying it. He was like twirling.
yeah.
It was our thumbnail for our last episode. He was
Yeah, the
twirling his
hair
hair.
twirl. You know, I miss doing that. Like
Being able
during
to
yeah, like during in 2021. In 2021, the world had just closed down. Nobody got haircuts. I kind of miss being able to play with my hair like that.
yeah, Andy was able to do that. He basically, yeah, basically they are on like a sort of quarantine. You can probably say that they, yeah. So he's able to do that. Uh,
But that's neither here nor there.
no, yeah, that's
Uh,
neither here nor there.
here's a question for you.
Mm.
Um, what did you what did you think of the journey of this particular journey?
Mm, it was lacking for me because I mean, they could have just,
Hmm?
yeah, they could have just gone with like them really not having any to do anything. You know, something that we were asking for in our last episode. Like they would just hang out and get to know each other.
Yeah.
Uh the challenge of the journey. What was the challenge of the journey was if all of them gave up their votes, they would all get an advantage, right? That was it, right? Or it,
Um, if one of them gave up their vote,
oh, okay. So if one of them gave
at
up their
least
vote,
yeah,
they would get the advantage. And neither Caroline nor it was well,
it was teeny. It was teeny,
yeah, yeah,
but
but neither Caroline nor Adam gave up their vote, right? So
yeah.
I found it weird that Caroline was unwilling to give up her vote,
Mm,
right? It tells me that she does not feel as secure
hmm.
in the blue tribe. Uh yeah. And it kind of sucks that Teeny had to give up her vote because that became like a pivotal vote in the end.
It
Right?
wouldn't have mattered. I don't think her vote would have mattered.
Oh yeah, because
Like,
it was already three. No, no,
yeah,
no, 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 no.
yeah. Like
Three and
this,
two.
this
True,
was
true.
this was the best outcome for Tini. She didn't have to pick a
Oh,
side. She didn't have to pick a side in this particular vote, which was quite the contentious vote.
that's true. That's true.
Um, she really didn't have to worry.
Mm,
And they all get the advantage amulet. And um the thing that I like about it now
mm,
is you don't have it isn't as obvious as the previous time the amulet showed up. Because like the previous time the amulet showed up, they were incentivized to kick each other out.
mm,
Because it only becomes a full-fledged idol when when there's only one left, right?
yeah.
Like with this one, all it says is you have to play it together in order for it to be an idol or something like that, right?
Yeah.
Right. So it's like an idol, and they don't have to strengthen it, or they can't strengthen it by kicking each other out.
Yeah,
So
because
like the
before
choice
it was
isn't,
like
yeah,
before if it was 3, it was a different kind of advantage. If it's 2, it's a different kind of advantage. And then only when it
yeah,
became 1, that's when
yeah. It was like an extra vote, a steal a vote, and then an idol or something like
yeah.
that in 42, I believe it was the one
Yeah.
with like Hi Andrea and
Mhm.
yeah, that season. So yeah, personally, I kind of like this particular iteration of it. Um, ideally they still, or ideally they have the do nothing journey.
Mhm.
Um, they get to eat, that'll be good. But like, yeah, this I'm actually okay with this particular iteration of the advantage amulet.
Mm. And are you okay with the 3 of them revealing to their own tribes what they, I mean, as honestly as they could, what actually happened during the journey?
I think I think everybody that comes from the journey should say that they lost their vote.
Mm. Why so?
That way, and they tell their closest allies that no, I didn't lose my vote. That way, you fudge with the numbers on the other side,
Got it.
right? Because they might try to get like they might think they have an advantage, or they might think like, oh yeah, she doesn't have a vote. We can afford to do a vote split, and
Mhm.
then all of a sudden, like, haha, I actually do have a vote, and here's Rome's steal a vote, something
Mhm.
like that.
Mhm. So wait, so are you saying that Rome got it right the last time? Are you actually praising Rome's gameplay?
Yes, yes. And the reason that I am because because Saul is still in the game.
There you go. Oh, well, I
If
don't know. Yeah.
if Saul had gone, it would have been like, oh, bro, idiot. like, no, Saul is still in the game. I'm
Saul
good.
is still alive. The sun still shines. Uh, um, but yeah, I don't know if this already happened before, but I like that the selection for the journey, still sticking up to the journey. The selection of the people going on the journey wasn't dependent on just one tribe, right? It was yellow tribe who's going from the red tribe who's going from the blue tribe
Mm,
who's going from the yellow tribe, right? It wasn't like
yeah,
okay, guys, you have to figure out amongst yourselves who's going, right?
yeah, yeah.
So it made it less of a strategic move just for the winning tribe. It wasn't that much of an advantage for the winning tribe, right?
Mm.
So that was pretty cool for me. That it became, I don't know, it removed some of the power of sending people to the journey.
There's a world where um the people on the first journey get to know the tribe dynamics. They form like a journey alliance or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
They get to know a little bit of the tribe dynamics on the other tribe. And if it comes to this sort of pick, like, all right, red tribe who's going for the blue tribe who's going for the yellow tribe, they can be strategic in who they pick to like get somebody that they want to isolate, at least based on their previous conversations in their previous journey, like I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah,
I
I
don't
can
know.
totally imagine it. If you have like 3 castaways who immediately hit it off when they go on their journey, and then they're like, okay, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna take over this game from our three tribes. Now this is what how this is the shape. This is the shake up of our tribe. Yada yada yada. So the next time that you have a journey, we have a journey. You do this. You do this. You do that. And we make sure that it's these three people that are isolated, right?
You know, it's never worked out, right? Like having some sort of alliance, like cross-tribal alliance pre-merge.
Pre-merge.
I can't think
I
of,
can't think of I can't think of that ever working because I mean, Hi, Drea, and the third person we can't remember. They did have like a cross tribe alliance, right?
but then they were incentivized to take each other out come merge because
Exactly,
of the amulet, right?
exactly.
Like the closest we ever got to something that cool was the Exile Alliance
Mm.
with Siri, was it?
This was this was in the old era.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was that Exile Alliance.
Mm.
Anyway,
Any other things that stood out to you from this episode?
um Rome.
As usual, Rome standing out.
Rome.
Yeah. Oh. Speaking of Rome, he had a very and since you're married to a lawyer and you took up law, so yeah, right? So do you would you qualify what he did as a threat or an ultimatum? Is there a difference?
Good Lord. What are you doing, Rome? What are you doing, man? That's the thing. That is one of the things that, like, if I were a Rome fan, that that really frustrates me about him, right? It's like, on the one hand, he's doing something like seemingly genius, and then on the other hand, he's doing something like so stupid.
I don't know. I don't know. It might just be so stupid. It's actually really a huge big plan by Rome. I don't know. I doubt it, but yeah.
And this is exactly the kind of chaotic sort of play that I think that I think is good for Survivor.
Hmm. Yeah.
Like,
Because
shake things up a little bit.
true. Because everyone's been playing the. We've been mentioning it. We mentioned it the last episode. Everyone has been playing the middle field, right?
Yeah,
Everyone's been playing the
everybody's
middle.
been kind of conservative,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like surprisingly, like everybody plays balls to the wall, but then at the same time, everybody plays so conservative
Yeah.
or like predictably.
Yeah. And you're right. I mean, he irritates us. He annoys the hell out of us, but we are glad that he's on this season. We are glad
Yeah,
that he's on Survivor, right?
yeah. Like it's um we mentioned this before. Like a lot of the casts lately have been very sort of samey
Yeah.
with that, and nice that somebody like Rome comes in to like shake things up.
Hmm.
Yeah, so
Give us a true
thank you,
villain.
Rome.
Thank you,
Yeah,
Rome.
man. Thank you, Rome, for uh taking on the villain role because that isn't something that very many people are comfortable doing.
Hmm. So you think he like consciously said, "Oh no, I'm gonna be the villain of this story."
Oh no, hell no, but like, I'm sure that like I'm sure that he kind of he's he accepts it, right?
Hmm. Hmm. Okay. All right.
Unlike somebody like Teeny who wanted to be a villain but can't.
Yeah. She just doesn't have the she can't take that next step or that final step towards becoming like a real villain. At the very least, not yet. We don't know. Who knows
Yeah. Yeah.
in the next few episodes, since she
Mm.
practically she lost her number one in Kishan. Right.
Yeah. And the other person that she felt connected to in Asia,
Mm.
she lost as well.
Right. So yeah. Speaking of Asia, they probably should have listened to her when she wanted to take out Genevieve.
Yeah. 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 Yep. Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that us fans of Rob as a podcast are going to be hearing all about it after the season is over.
She's gonna be
You
like,
know?
"I told you guys. I told them." Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, that's exactly it. Even on like, because she covers the Big Brother stuff. So even on like the Big Brother stuff, she's gonna be talking about Survivor.
I mean, you don't do a lot of these a lot of episodes for Rob has a podcast without figuring out how certain people actually do behave on Survivor, right? You do it,
Yeah,
you observe the cast from what we get as audience members. And
yeah,
I'm sure that she's picked up how to characterize certain castaways, right? And,
yeah.
yeah. So yeah, I guess now those are our thoughts. Let's go to our predictions. Whose line is it actually? I don't know. Did we do any prediction last? Did we get to any prediction of whose line is it actually last episode?
But the line was mentioned in the next time on, right? Is that blood in your hair?
Yeah, yeah, but I
Yeah.
don't think
So
that we
like,
actually mentioned like who said it, who we thought said it.
but then
Did
like
we?
it was kind of obvious, right? I mean,
Yeah.
we didn't mention it, but I figured that it would be kind of like obvious that it would be um one of the girls from Tuku
Mm.
because yeah, there was either gonna be like Tiana or Caroline
Yeah.
because they were like, Sue, is that blood in your hair, whatever the line was. So like it would be it was kind of obvious
Yeah.
in that way. Um so the scales be tipping.
The scales be tipping. Tipping. It's not tipping. So I don't know if that gives us a clue. Uh, I think I don't know. I'm gonna stay with Lavo, the Red Tribe, and although the tipping sort of throws me off, I think that it might be Saul. Yeah,
Ooh.
I think that something might happen that will allow him to get some headway in the game.
Hmm.
What about you? Who do you think is saying this line? Whose line is it actually, Zhao?
Ah, it's for me. It's either Tini or Tiana.
Ooh. Okay.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
that feels like something that they would say. You know what? Let's just say that it's Tini.
Mm,
Yeah, let's go with Tini. That way, it's still within the red tribe.
yeah. And since she did suffer a second blow, basically, this
Yeah,
episode, right?
yeah.
Uh, yeah. So she lost another close ally, right?
Hmm.
Yeah. My
Right.
question to you: what do you predict? What is going to be the brand new Survivor twist,
Oh, come
or
on.
is
Why
that a red herring?
why they do that? You know, no. The there are only two. What's it set up, right? There are only two courses set up
Oh, really? I did
on the
not
next
notice
time
that.
on. Yeah. Yeah, there were only two courses set up for the race, so there's going to have to be um, some sort of mix up. I don't
Uh-huh.
know.
So you think that they're
Maybe.
gonna group them into two groups,
Yeah,
split them into
yeah.
two groups, but do you think that they're going to keep those two tribes? Or are they going
No.
back to they're still going back to okay. So all right. So is this gonna be just for a reward challenge, or is this an immunity challenge where the losing group has to vote from themselves independent of their own tribes?
That's what I was thinking. I don't think that's ever happened.
Yeah, yeah, true.
In a three tribe format, they, I don't know, draw rocks or they have some sort of schoolyard pick or whatever, and they end up with two groups, two teams or whatever. And those two and the winning tribe is immune. The
Hmm.
losing or the winning group is immune. The losing group is on the chopping block. And for one night and one night only during the pre-merge, they uh they all vote as one big group from the losers
The
group.
losing group. But you know what is now getting me excited, because I also thought I didn't notice the two setups, but I thought it was an actually they were actually going to switch to two tribes. But I like your idea better, that they just go into this, they mix things up, they make them into two groups, and then just for that episode they're gonna vote, right? And here's the thing, that puts the amulets in play,
Yes.
right? A
Yes.
lot
Yes, it does.
earlier than in previous iterations, because they will
Yeah,
be
yeah,
on the
yeah.
same beach, right?
Hey. But yeah, well, could be that they have two tribes, like a sort of merge-ish, but then that's something that they've done before.
Mm.
It isn't like this has never happened in Survivor.
Yeah.
But then, red herring, right? This has probably happened in Survivor before. And the thing that Jeff is talking about, this has never happened in Survivor, is that for the second time, somebody tried to steal rice from a challenge. This has never happened in Survivor. Oh, oh.
We were good. We were, yeah, it was all editing. But yeah, I like your idea, because it puts the amulet in play. It now puts some sort of onus on Andy, who was with him, Teeny and Caroline, to think about whether or not they should use the
Yeah,
amulets, right? So
yeah,
much earlier, because I think that that's also what they've been trying to do. Survivor, they want castaways to use the advantages. They want castaways to use the idols, right?
yeah. They
That's
want
why, because of last season, right? So yeah, I like your idea, and I like that it's just for that night, and then after that they're gonna go back to the three tribes. That's pretty
yeah.
cool. That's pretty cool.
I remember like another podcast. I can't remember which one. Um, their theory was similar that that whoever is that everybody from the winning from the winning group is immune, and that's their reward. And then they have another like team immunity challenge,
Mm.
and what's it? And whoever loses is the people from the losing tribe are, and the people from the winning group on the losing tribe are immune.
Okay, okay. So like, so you've got, because there's 14 of them right now, so that's gonna be 7 and 7, right? And then let's say Group A and Group B. Group B loses that initial that
Yeah.
relay challenge, the usual relay challenge, right? And then so these seven, wherever they are from, let's say 2-3-2, yellow, blue, red, and then the other group of seven will do another challenge. Is that what you're saying?
I don't know. And they break off into their own individual tribes. I mean, like the math isn't going to work out because there is a world where there's one tribe. There's a possibility that there is one tribe where everybody is immune.
Mm.
If they draw that way, but that was an idea. Like
Mm.
Group A, Group B, everybody from Group A is immune, and then they go back to their three tribes for the immunity challenge,
Uh-huh.
and then whoever loses their flint goes to tribal council. But then anybody from that tribe that won the earlier reward challenge is immune for the evening or something. But I don't know. That's complicated.
Yeah, it's a little hard to follow. I'll see if I can put like a diagram to try and help us also, and those watching us on YouTube to follow the diagram. I don't know.
Yeah, but I don't think that would work.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
yeah, like you've been saying, the production has been going for a more simplicity, right? That's why we and it's become a point of a pain point for a lot of fans, like the fact that the immunity challenges are always relay challenges, and it always ends with a puzzle, right? That has become sort of a formula, like just like the MCU.
Mm.
It's
Yeah,
become a formula because it works. But yeah, I think that I really like your idea of like going splitting it into two groups just for the evening, just for the challenge, and the
yeah.
only ones who are vulnerable or come from the losing group. It doesn't matter what tribe they're from. I like
Yeah.
that. I like that. Cool.
Do you have any predictions?
Uh, my prediction was that they were gonna switch to two tribes, like really switch to two tribes. And I'm saying this that I'm saying that that whole thing with Jeff saying that this has never happened in Survivor, that was edited. This has never happened in the new era of Survivor.
Or it could be something completely different.
Could be, could
Somebody
be.
they have to stop a challenge because somebody is drowning or I
Oh
don't know,
gosh, I
or
hope not.
somebody
But
or
yeah,
somebody can't swim and fell into the water. I don't know.
yeah. Although it does look like the track was like on land, right?
Yeah,
The the challenge was on land. Anyway, yeah. We'll see. We'll see. I mean, yeah, I thought that it was really gonna be like that's the again because I my experience of Survivor is mostly I don't really like I'm not like you nor Martin who gets to remember a lot of things that happened before. I really thought that switching to two tribes from the three tribes was something that's never happened before. But yeah,
I
I'm just
don't
gonna
know.
say
I
I'm
don't
gonna
know if
qualify it
that's
now that it's never happened before in the new era.
in the new era. But I don't know. Maybe I'm sure they had like some sort of tribe swap or whatever,
Mm.
where they ended up
And
with two tribes. I don't know.
they just end up with two tribes. Well, anyway, to those of you who are watching, please let us know if that's ever happened before in Survivor,
Yeah.
and let us know which season so I can review. I can try and look for it and review. Try to shore up
Yep.
my Survivor history knowledge.
I'm pretty sure Peridium has a video on this, or like Idled Out, or one of them
Hmm.
has a video on the history of the tree, a history of the three tribe format.
True.
I
Yeah.
remember seeing that on my feed at one point.
I'll probably just go and check out the Peridium one of these
Anyway,
days, or I'll out. Anyway, let's go to survivors of the week. Who is your castaway of the week?
Genevieve,
True, hands down, hands down.
there's
Spoiling the Ali Gabler.
no question about it.
Hmm.
Our our ninja of the new season.
And again, yeah, the ninja and the fact that she has Rome thinking that he still has control.
Yeah.
Right. That for me, I mean, the fact that she was able to pull it off, that's cool. But the fact that she is ninja, and the fact that she was able to hide behind Rome, thinking that he's the one on the wheel, right? That
Yeah.
yeah, and Genevieve way to come out and be
Mm.
the main character of this episode. Goat of the
Yeah.
week for you.
Um, Rome.
Ooh.
Rome.
Mm-hmm.
Because he thinks that this was his vote
Mm-hmm.
when really it was Genevieve's. Also, that puzzle performance, dude, like, come on. Come on. That was really bad.
Well, for me, goat of the week is unfortunately it's still Saul.
Oh.
I mean, despite him not getting voted out, that's sort of like something went going his way. He in his tribe, he is still very much at the bottom. I think that it's Saul,
Mm,
Beanie, Rome, Genevieve. Right.
all right.
I think that's the pecking order right now. So it's Saul is still down there. He he might be able to group with Tini
Yeah.
to put yeah, to try and fight against. And that's also part of why I sort of want the twist to be them splitting into two tribes, because I want Saul to get out of the bottom, have a chance at a better life in a two tribe survivor, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, right now he's still the goat. Purple of the week.
Can I say the whole yellow tribe?
Yeah. Well, Sam did do that rap.
Oh, I'm calling this now. If I'm calling this now, if Rome and Sam make it to the merge, they're gonna have a rap battle.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Yeah.
And it's gonna be like the most cringe thing ever.
We've seen their examples
Yeah.
in previous episodes. Yeah. They're
Right? Because
gonna
like the editors, the producers made it a point to show that they both rap.
mhm,
So,
build anticipation,
yeah,
right?
for that rap battle that's gonna be just tremendously cringe.
All right. Well, for me, my purple of the week is, well, it's Rome's puzzle and strategic skills. He has like I said, Genevieve has she was the main character of this episode, but Rome has just such great main character mentality. He really thinks like he's the man, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And that clouds, I think, I don't and we go back to the whole discussion on self-awareness, right? The castaways who are the most self-aware, they're the ones who have the upper hand in being successful in Survivor. And Rome right now, he has a different sense of self
Mm,
that is not necessarily what is being shown to us, and what's being shown to us for me is the truth that's being, I mean, the quote unquote the truth, right?
yeah,
So, and because
makes
he's got
sense.
like that main character mentality, it clouds his awareness of his place in the game. Yeah. All right, any final thoughts, Joe?
Go Team Asia.
Go Team Asia. Well, Team Asia, Asia, the one who got voted out, or Team Asia, Adam
The
and
Reyes Cup, Reyes
Andy
Cup,
and
billiards, billiards,
oh, there you go.
billiards.
Okay.
It's just
Mm,
like it's over
It,
there. Like this,
how's it what's happening
like
right now?
notes, and then billiards. Yeah. Um, it's 1-1. It's 1-1.
Oh, all right, all right. I'll try and see if I can catch that
First to
somewhere.
11. It's on what's the name of this? What's the name of this streaming app? Pilipinas Live.
Oh, okay. All right.
It's on Pilipinas Live. So if y'all are subscribed to that, and I'm pretty sure that like Matchroom is gonna have highlights on YouTube tomorrow.
Mm-hmm. Mm. Yeah, I think that I need to watch more billiards soon. Anyway, we digress because we're Titos. That is it for tonight's episode. We would greatly appreciate it if you hit the like button so we don't get voted off the channel. At any rate, this has been Sportito Joel Parcon.
Asia. Both like Asia the podcaster and
Uh-huh.
yep, yep.
We hope to see you on the console again soon. Until then, stay safe mga kalaro. The Titos have spoken.